What's good, YouTube? Y'all know what it is, man. This your boy Tank be chopping, back with another video. And on this video, I'm gonna be giving y'all 5 reasons why barbers fail. So I wanted to create this video because I know there's a lot of people who are new to barbering, right? They're new barbers and they're probably having a hard time in the shop trying to figure out why they can't, be successful as a barber or why they aren't successful as of yet. So I wanted to give y'all a list of just a couple reasons why I think some people fail as a barber. Now, these aren't the top 5 reasons, and there's obviously going to be more reasons, but I'm just going to be giving y'all 5 reasons that I think is a major factor when it comes to being successful as a barber or not, right? So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and jump into this list. 5 reasons why barbers struggle to find success. Now, these reasons aren't in any particular order. I'm just gonna go ahead and list, 5 important reasons that I feel some barbers don't find success. But jumping straight into this list, man, one reason why I think barbers fail to find success is lack of client retention. Obviously, if you wanna be a successful barber, you're gonna have to be able to retain clientele, right? So if you can't do that, it's gonna be really hard for you to find success being a barber. Because let's be honest, man, you're not gonna be able to get new clients every day. So a lot of these clients that come into the shop, you're gonna have to turn those people into returning clients and get them to book with you on either a weekly, bi-weekly, or even monthly basis for you to actually make a living and provide for yourself and your family. So why may some clients not want to come back to you? You may have messed up their haircut. You may have not gave them a good experience. They may have felt like they was rushed out of the barber chair. The barbershop may not have had like a welcoming, a welcoming feeling when they walked into the shop. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of reasons why clients may decide not to come back to you. You know what I'm saying? It could be the way you speak also, the way you dress, the way you smell. Are you smoking weed? Are you drinking on the job? There's a lot of different reasons why some people may not come back to being a barber, but you have to focus on how you want to retain these clients, right? So you got to remember that you got to give good customer service. You got to, I don't want to say wait hand and foot on the client, but you got to be able to just give them a good experience when they're in the shop. Talk to them when they come in, man. Talk to them, be like, hey, how's it going? Do you have an appointment? Are you trying to get a haircut? Things like that. You want to be able to talk to them and make them feel comfortable. That way they want to get in your chair. Also, while you're cutting their hair, a lot of people like to talk. So you may want to build some type of relationship with them, right? Ask them a couple questions, see how they respond. Let them ask you questions, respond to what they asking you. Just try to engage in a good conversation. That way they remember you and they enjoy their time in the chair. Hey, but check it out. If you're really having trouble retaining clients, I do got a course on my website, tankbechopping.com. I call it Building Your Barber Empire. I will leave the link down in the description. You can sign up for that and use the discount code EMPIRE to get it at a discounted rate. I believe the price is going to be like $24.99 once you use that discount code, but that will help you with learning how to retain clients. And not just retaining clients. If you can't build clientele at all, it will teach y'all how to get actual clients in the shop, how to get them in your chair, how to promote. It goes over everything you need to know about building your clientele and retaining your clientele. So if you're interested on that, you can go to the link down in the description, or you can go to tankbechopping.com and just click on courses. Use discount code EMPIRE. That way you save yourself some money on that course. So remember, guys, if a barber isn't consistently offering a good service, not cutting their hair properly, failing to engage with the clients, that client might want to go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? They may not want to come back to you. So make sure that you're taking all these things in consideration when you're trying to retain these clients. Another reason I think barbers fail to find success is poor time management. And I know you're probably thinking like, what you mean poor time management? I became a barber because I wanted to set my own schedule. I wanted to set my own hours, all that stuff. I wanted to come and go as I please. Now, once again, guys, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you becoming a barber because that's what you want. But when you're first starting off in the barber game, you're not going to be able to set your own schedule, right? Like the clients are going to dictate what time you should come in and stay. And I know you're probably thinking like, no, they ain't going to dictate nothing I do. But look, just hear me out. If you're really trying to be successful, if a client hits you up early in the morning, you may want to go in early in the morning to cut that client to make sure that he keeps coming back. If he needs you to stay late, you may want to stay late. That way, once again, you make sure that client keeps coming back. Now, you don't have to do this all the time, but starting off, I think it is a great idea because it's going to let this client know that they can trust you, right? And once they start getting more comfortable with you and start trusting you more, they're going to start adjusting their time to come whenever you can actually cut them. So still talking about poor time management, I want to talk about running running behind. Now, I know as barbers, sometimes clients come in late, sometimes we're 5 or 10 minutes late or whatever. That's cool. I don't think that's an issue. But if you're starting to fall 15, 20, 30 minutes behind, you're double booking, things like that, the clients are going to get frustrated. Now, if it happens every, once in a blue moon, it's not a big deal. But if it's happening every week, every time people are scheduling an appointment, chances are they're going to find another barber. They're not going to want to deal with someone who can't manage their time properly, can't manage their books properly, and then they set in an appointment for what? For them to come in and still wait? No. People set appointments because they want to come in at their appointment time, and get cut. That way they can leave. They got stuff to do, People don't schedule their day around the barbershop. They schedule the barbershop into their day, right? So if they booked a 3:30 with you, you got to have them in the chair by 3:40, 3:45, the absolute latest. I would say, That's just my opinion. Obviously, getting them in right at 3:30 is the perfect scenario, but sometimes, like I said, things happen. A client may have showed up late. There may have been a wreck. Things happen in the barbershop, right? Like, you can't control everything, but try to stay on time. Try to manage your books properly. That way you're not overbooking and you're not running too far behind on clients. Because once again, guys, clients do not enjoy that. They don't like that. They're going to find them a barber who can manage their time better and get them at the time they actually booked. And then if you're one of those barbers who does this all the time, chances are you're going to get a bad rep on that, right? Like, people are going to be talking about you in your community, talking about, hey, don't go to Tank. Man, Tank's always 10, 15 minutes behind. Tank's always double booking. And eventually, that bad rep is going to catch up with you and you ain't going to be able to get new clients. So that's something you want to make sure that you're taking care of, is managing your time properly. Once again, I think that's a big reason why some barbers fail to find success. Moving on in this list of why barbers fail to find success is limited skill set. Now, I know some people want to be like a beard specialist or a low fade specialist. There's nothing wrong with that. You can be a specialist at a certain haircut, but you still have to know how to cut these different varieties of hair, right? Especially if you're a new barber. If you're new into the shop and you don't have a lot of clients coming in, you don't have people booking with you every week, every other week, whatever the case may be, right? You have to be able to do a lot of different styles of haircutting, because if you can only do one thing, if you can only do a bald fade and you have people coming in and they want tapers, but you can't do the taper, and let's say you try to do the taper and you mess it up, once again, chances are that client's not going to come back to you. So you got to have at least the basic knowledge of how to do a lot of different haircuts, right? Now, I'm not saying you have to be the best at everything. That's really hard to do, is being the best at fading, being the best at texture cuts, being the best at shear cuts, being the best at tapering, being the best at edge ups, being the best at beard. It's really hard to be the best at everything, but you could be really good at a lot of things and be really, really great at one or two of those things, right? So try to make sure that you're a little versatile when it comes to picking up them clippers and doing these haircuts. That way you can attract a wider range of clients. And when we're talking about limited skill set, that's also talking about not being really consistent with the cuts, right? Like, if you don't really know what you're doing, but you gave someone a good haircut, like on accident, right? The next time they come and your skill set is limited, like you don't remember how you did it, or you didn't have like a blueprint in play, you're gonna give him a different type of cut, a different looking haircut, and they don't want that, right? Clients come back to you because they like the way you cut their hair last time or previously. So they want basically the exact same haircut. Obviously, it's going to be hard to do the exact same haircut, but they want something that looks really similar to what they had previously. So you want to make sure that you're consistent with it, man. Like, if they coming in and getting the mid fade, and one day you give them a high fade, and then the next time you give them a low fade, and both of those haircuts aren't what they wanted, they're going to get upset. Obviously they're going to let you know, right? But if you can't get that same haircut to look similar to what it did the previous times or the times they liked it, chances are they're going to find a barber that can be consistent and do that haircut consistently time and time again. That way they get the actual haircut that they want. Also, you got to make sure you're staying current with these trends, man. Haircuts, the popular haircuts come and go, right? Like, there's the Edgar cuts, there's burst fades, there's tapers, bald fades, comb overs. Like, different styles are going to come into play, especially this year in 2025. I think we're going to have some different styles of haircuts, right? So we got to be able to adapt and do that, right? If you got a limited skill set and all you can do is a bald fade, and someone comes in and wants a burst fade, a mullet fade, or they want something different that's, about to be created this year, and you can't do it, once again, these clients are going to find someone who can do it. So you got to be able to learn and try to educate yourself and get better at your craft. That way you don't have a limited skill set. That way you're able to offer these services to all these different types of clients. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if they young kids, if they older, if they getting just a basic haircut, tapers. You want to be able to do all of it. Once again, you don't have to be great or the best at every single one of them, but you got to be good at all of them. That way you can get new clients to come in, the younger clientele to come in, and that way you can keep building up your clientele book. Now, the next reason why some barbers fail to find success, I feel like I'm like a broken record saying that over and over, but it's all good, man. But another reason why some barbers fail to find success is inconsistent marketing, right? Like, some people just don't know how to market themselves. They don't know how to promote themselves properly. Like, in today's day and age, social media is king, man. You got Instagram, you got Facebook groups, you got TikTok, you got YouTube, you can run Google ads. There's a lot of different things you can do to market yourself, right? And once again, guys, if you don't know how to market yourself, I do go over that in my course, Building Your Barber Empire. Once again, you can go to tankbechopping.com, use discount code EMPIRE. That way you can save yourself some money on that course, or I got the link down in the description. Once again, click on that, use discount code EMPIRE, and I go over how to market online and with business cards, in-person marketing, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So if you're having trouble marketing and promoting yourself, you may want to check that out. I'm just putting that out there. You ain't got to. I'm just letting y'all know that it's there for y'all, right? But moving back into this list, man, once again, inconsistent marketing, right? Social media is a great way to build your clientele, you know what I'm saying? You can get on Instagram, you can post your haircuts, you can post videos, you can post pictures, you can tag the person you cut, ask them to share it on their story. There's a lot of different ways you can go about promoting yourself on social media. Now, if you don't have a social media presence, you can still build clientele, but it's just a lot easier for people nowadays to go online and search up a barber than it is for you to give them a business card hoping that they keep the card and call you, right? So marketing and promoting online, social media is in my opinion, one of the greatest ways to do it in today's day and age. Once again, you still can't pass out business cards. They still work. I don't care what no one tries to tell you. Business cards, or even the Boppr business card, is a great way for you to promote yourself, right? So if you're wondering what the Boppr business card is, I do have the link down in the description for that also. It's basically a digital business card. You tap it to your phone, or you tap it to the client's phone, and it gives them all your information. But that's all I'm going to say about that. But going back into talking about inconsistent marketing, you have to know these strategies on how to attract new clientele, right? Like, obviously you're not booked, you're trying to get new clients, or you're trying to get clients in the chair. You have to know how to market and promote yourself using social media, business cards, Google, all that stuff. That way you can continue to have them clients coming back to you. And the fifth reason why some barbers fail to find success is lack of business knowledge. Now, if you're a barber, you're a business, right? Like, being a barber is a business in itself, right? So you have to understand the ins and outs of business. But when it comes to that, we're not just talking about learning how to manage finances, which you have to learn how to do. We're not talking about paying taxes, which you got to learn how to do. We're talking about like understanding prices, understanding, what people are willing to pay you, basically understanding your worth, right? And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, I know my worth. I'm gonna say it like this, man. You don't dictate your worth. Your clients are gonna dictate your worth. Meaning, if you try to set your haircut price at $100 and no one pays you the $100 for the haircut, you're not worth $100 because no one's paying it. You're only worth what people are willing to pay you. So you got to be able to understand that. You got to be able to understand good customer service. I touched on that a little bit earlier, but you got to be able to know how to give these clients a good experience and provide them a good customer service. At the end of the day, man, we're in the service industry, right? We're giving clients a service. We're giving them a haircut. We're not selling them, a pair of clippers. We're not selling them, barber supplies, which I guess technically we can, but that's not what we're doing. As barbers, we're cutting hair. We're selling a service. So you got to be able to give good customer service and be able to have these clients feel comfortable in your chair. And that also means like giving a welcoming environment, right? Kind of like I said earlier, man, if it's got like bad shop vibes, if like you got cussing on the music playing, like it's just vulgar music playing all day. I get it. We in the shop. Sometimes we want to hear some vulgar stuff, but if you got that playing all day and kids are coming in, moms are bringing their sons in, chances are, once again, they ain't gonna want to come in, right? But that all goes into not understanding how to manage a business. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to know how to manage that business properly. That way you can keep clients coming into the shop and sitting in your chair. Without a solid understanding of business practices, it's going to be hard for you to scale your business and get clients, right? It's because let's be honest, man, barbering isn't just cutting hair. It's not just getting clients. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, obviously that's the majority of what we do. But once again, you got to know how to run the business. You got to understand prices. You got to understand how to manage your time properly. You got to understand how to give good customer service, welcoming environment. Like everything I said, man, you got to understand all that. And I think that falls into having some type of business knowledge. So that's another reason why I think a lot of barbers fail to find success is they lack some of that business knowledge. But yeah, man, once again, those are just 5 reasons why I think some barbers fail to find success. Once again, it's lack of client retention, poor time management, limited skill set, inconsistent marketing, and lack of business knowledge. Those are some of the main reasons why I feel some of these barbers just can't be successful. They just can't get it right? And once again, if you need help building your clients or retaining your clients, once again, guys, I got a course on my website, tankbechopping.com. You can go to that website, click on courses, scroll down, building your barber empire, use discount code EMPIRE when you're checking out. That way you can get that course for, I think, once again, $24.99. I think it's somewhere around there. I don't know the exact price, but it's somewhere around there, right? But once again, you ain't got to do that. There's a lot of different courses online you can take, but I'm just putting that out there for y'all. Once again, I made that course to try to help barbers, build their barber empire, get booked and stay booked, right? But once again, man, 5 reasons why I think some barbers fail to find success. I hope y'all found this video informational. I hope y'all took something from it. I hope y'all can learn to apply some of the things I said, like the good things I said, not the bad things, obviously, but learn how to manage your time right, learn how to give good customer service, learn how to retain your clients. I hope y'all learn how to do all that because I want y'all to be successful. Obviously, y'all are watching this video because y'all want to be successful. Y'all don't want to make these mistakes, right? So I wish y'all the best, man. With that being said, man, that's basically it for this video. If you like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe one time for your boy. And that's basically it, YouTube. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, let's go. Yeah.